Welcome to Sydney in the early morning. Sáu giờ rồi. Mát. Mát, lát nữa nó nóng á. Nó nói nóng bữa nay. 70 là comfortable. Nó mu để nó vô nó đậu bến đây mà. We explore the Chinatown. First stop, bakery, cafe, and a food court. Asian market, Thai key. Continue Chinatown food court. You see what they say. Noodle bar. Noodle. Wow. Trưa mà con cái hot dog này có 4 đồng luôn. Cook to order. Wow. Có thịt kho hả?
Thịt kho kìa. Thịt kho
thích. Thôi mấy hai bà lơ rồi thôi.
To him, you know, what do we do to give Sydney a bit of
You see our group
clout, you know, make it a bit
visit
interesting.
Sydney today. Thu bảo nói mà.
Anyway, he said there's no way we could ever have international stars come here because we haven't even got a decent concert hall. So the first thing you need to do is build a decent concert hall, and then important people will come. We had a Labor government at the time, and they thought, yeah, well, we can do this. This is something we should do. So we've got a national capital in Canberra, which is halfway between Sydney and Melbourne. And when we decided to make the capital there, the people of Australia decided that we should have an international competition. Instead of having a little Australian thing, if we had a competition around the world, we would get the best of the best. We had a competition and we had many people from everywhere submit designs for a national capital, and a Chicago architect won it and built us the most wonderful capital, Canberra. Beautiful, just perfectly laid out with boulevards, everything like that. So when it came to doing a music concert hall, they thought, why don't we do that again? Why don't we have an international competition and we'll get the best of the best in every country, and then we can build. Now this area here was the end of the tram line. There was trams coming through the city. They'd come down here, turn around, there were tram depots, and it was a real messy old area. And so the city decided they would use this area, and they announced a worldwide concert hall in there. These are some of the scenes from inside, the stairways and things. It's a style of architecture called raw, R-A-W, meaning that nothing was painted or covered. Concrete, stone, wood, just the natural colours. This is the This is the architect here. And when they sacked him, the architecture students from the university here came out in protest saying we need him. Anyway, here he is again, very charismatic. He was 38, used to have the jacket slung over his shoulders, the dark sunglasses. When he arrived in Sydney, we thought we'd made big time, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But these are some of his drawings. You can see why it was filed under G.
Ông đâu có lậu đây đâu. Ông lậu tuốt lên là kiếm chỗ đông lậu mà không hết. We visit the Opera House, famous spot in Sydney.
Không có cái đằng nữa.
Đi xuống dưới mình đứng có thể lên như theo. Princess đứng sát vô hàng rào. Ồ, sáng quá. Princess ship.
Nhiều máy quá ha.
Nhiều đồ chơi.
Nhiều đồ chơi quá ha. Nhiều đồ chơi quá ha.
Opera House.
Cái này thấy hoài.
Thấy hoài ha. Thấy hoài ha. Chào nữ tài tử Minh Tinh.
Nữ tài tử Minh Tinh. Trời ơi, quay phim nữa nè.
Different city. However, Sydney is kind of like San Francisco. It's the most openly gay city in Australia. So very interesting that church took that point of view, but each their own. So you got that one there, beautiful Anglican cathedral. Now we're going to go in there. Just remember that if you want to take some photos in there, they do ask for a donation. But you can go in there without any charge. Over here, Federation Square. Now there's a big renovation process going on at the moment because they're building an underground station down here, so it's a lot of work right now. It's a big gathering place for Melburnians. We come here and they have a big screen over there which you can watch sporting events and other things. You got our classic tram here, which is the City Circle tram. That one's free. It's like a hop-on tram. The other trams are free as long as you stay in the square mile. You go outside the square mile, you have to pay. All of them are free inside the square mile.
Những con hẻm ăn chơi kiểu European. Jungle juice. No.
Why?
I've been enjoying the cruise, and also you have been enjoying this beautiful vessel. But also, I need to thank you for keeping up that deal we made at the welcome party. If you attended, if you remember, I say, I will find all these beautiful ports and fjords, and in turn you find the good weather. Yes. Well, you did very good until fjord, and then you forgot about the deal, did you? Well, we managed very well, but as you can see, we are moving a little bit more as we are getting now, losing a bit of the shelter of Tasmania. But then until 4 o'clock in the morning, when I pick up the pout, then we're going to be inside the Port Phillip, almost 4 hours before we get to the berth, so it's going to be nice and smooth again. But let's say, ladies and gentlemen, 10 years ago, over 10 years ago, I was promoted to captain, and it took me 22 years in training on how to drive a ship. But nobody ever trained me in how to speak in public. Yes. So I was a staff captain, a second in command. So most of the time I didn't attend the party down that the captain was entertaining and talking at our repeated passengers. So I thought it was about time I got to listen what the captain is actually telling to our repeated passenger when I go down to the stage. Well, that was back in 2007. And when the captain used to talk to the passengers, he used to introduce and talk about the new ship that we were about to deliver. And back then, in 2007, the new ship that we were about to deliver was Ruby Princess. Now, he was talking about the new features that that vessel was having. And I remember he was talking that she was going, the first one to have this idea of the piazza. Before, we just used to have an atrium with a reception, with a short excursion desk, and that was it. And somebody thought, well, that is a hub of the ship. Why don't have instead entertainment, wine, music, coffee, like we have in the piazza back home in Italy? So it was the first ship to have that. Then she was the first one to have the movie Under the Star, the big movie out there, very, very successful. So he was talking about that, and he was talking
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, can you give them all a round of applause? Come on, put your hands together for fantastic people. Now, before I introduce you to the most hard-working people, I have two questions to ask you, and be very careful how you answer these. First of all, with a round of applause and a cheer.